Welcome to IMRAN STAR Video, or as we call it, ISVi, the collaborative lens on Vancouver, unfiltered, unscripted, and powered by community. We're not just a voice behind the mic, we're a collective of creators, thinkers, storytellers, and city lovers coming together to spotlight the people, places, and energy that make Vancouver what it is. From coast mountain skylines to neon-lit backstreets, we're covering everything from downtown buzz to the untold stories shaping our scene. You'll find us exclusively on YouTube, no algorithms, no filters, just real talk. For behind the scenes, updates, and chaotic brilliance in real time, follow us on TikTok and Instagram. So hit subscribe, drop a comment, and help us grow from 100 to 10,000 and beyond. Because this isn't just our platform, it's yours too. Turn it up, get into it. Let's talk Vancouver. This is ISVi. Vancouver is one of those rare cities that wears many faces without ever revealing its own. A chameleon on screen, endlessly adaptable, always recognizable yet never named, and while it might not shout Hollywood the way Los Angeles does, it's quietly become one of the most filmed cities in the world, doubling for New York, San Francisco, Seattle, even entire fictional universes. And once you know what to look for, it's impossible to unsee. Suddenly, every familiar glass tower, tree-lined street, and misty forest feels like a scene you've watched before, like you're walking through frames of film you didn't know were shot just around the corner. Because Vancouver has been everything from the X-Mansion to Gotham, from 50 Shades of Grey's moody skyline to the alien-infested streets of Fringe. And it's not just big blockbusters. It's countless episodes of television, cult classics, romantic dramas, superhero flicks, and indie gems that have unfolded here in quiet alleyways and sprawling sound stages. And it starts with the skyline, sleek and modern, a perfect stand-in for any North American metropolis. You'll see it in films like Deadpool, where the Georgia Viaduct becomes the site of that iconic freeway battle, or in Skyscraper, where Dwayne Johnson dangles from fictional buildings against a very real Vancouver backdrop. And then there's Gastown, with its cobbled streets, steam clock, and heritage architecture. It's practically a movie set already, doubling for old-timey cities or gritty downtowns, and you've seen it in The Flash, in Supernatural, in Once Upon a Time, where Steveston, just south of the city, transformed into Storybrooke with a few clever set pieces and camera angles. And speaking of Once Upon a Time, it used Vancouver so extensively that entire neighborhoods became part of its fantasy world, while just blocks away, the rain-soaked forests of North Vancouver lent themselves perfectly to the darker tones of twilight, where Bella's brooding walks through the trees were filmed in lush, foggy settings you can still hike today. And if you've ever wandered through Stanley Park, you've likely stood where scenes from X-Men: The Last Stand were shot, or where Arrow staged its endless training montages. And you begin to realize that Vancouver's natural beauty, its towering evergreens, moody skies, and sweeping coastlines offer a visual drama that filmmakers can't resist. And then there are the unmistakable icons like the Vancouver Art Gallery, which frequently morphs into courthouses or museums on screen, or the Vancouver Public Library, whose Roman Colosseum-like structure has appeared in everything from The Sixth Day to The Day the Earth Stood Still, giving sci-fi movies a futuristic touch without needing CGI. And across the water in North Vancouver, you'll find Lynn Canyon, a favorite for wilderness scenes, cliffside drama, and that unmistakable Pacific Northwest atmosphere that feels both cinematic and haunting. And beyond the scenery, the city's built environment offers filmmakers unparalleled flexibility. Yaletown's modern condos, the gritty charm of East Van, the upscale boutiques of South Granville, All of it becomes set dressing for countless genres. And when it comes to TV, Vancouver is practically a second home for American networks. Shows like Riverdale, The 100, Arrow, Lucifer, and Sabrina were all filmed here, often simultaneously, with cast and crew sometimes hopping between productions. And it's not uncommon to see film trucks lining residential streets, cables snaking across sidewalks, and signs pointing toward mysterious code-named projects. Because for all its star power, Vancouver's film industry still runs with a kind of quiet efficiency, blending into the city's daily life so completely that you could be walking your dog past a massive production without realizing it. And it's that very ability to blend in, to become any place at any time, that gives the city its screen magic. One day, it's New York in the 1940s. The next, it's a dystopian future, or a parallel universe where superheroes battle in back alleys and time travelers slip through shadows. And what's more remarkable is how these locations remain accessible. You can visit them, walk them, photograph them, and suddenly the boundary between fiction and reality blurs. You're not just remembering a movie, you're inside it, retracing the steps of characters you followed for years, and that feeling only deepens when you realize how many actors and directors have worked here, how often stars walk the same rainy streets as you do, how the entire city becomes part of a global story again and again without ever stealing the spotlight. And that's the paradox of Vancouver in the movies. It's everywhere, yet rarely seen for itself. It plays 1,000 roles, but rarely its own. And maybe that's what makes it so enduring as a film location, because like the best actors, it can disappear into the part while still leaving its fingerprint on every frame. And once you start looking, you'll notice it all the time. In a rooftop skyline shot, in a rainy chase scene, in a corner cafe where two characters fall in love. And you'll understand that Vancouver is not just a backdrop, not just a filming destination, but a storyteller in its own right, quietly shaping the tone and texture of everything it touches on screen. And just like that, the city's pulse slows, but the story doesn't stop. You've been watching ISVi IMRAN STAR video, where voices come together and the city speaks back. We're a crew, not a single face, a movement, not a moment. And every episode, that's built with you, for you, by all of us. From the seawall to the skyline, from underground voices to rooftop vibes, we're telling the stories that don't make the news, but make the neighborhood. If this episode hit, pass it on. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Drop a comment and tell us what your Vancouver sounds like. We're building this together, clip by clip, story by story, from 100 to 10K to wherever this takes us. Why? We get there, we all show up. So until the next drop, stay loud, stay collective, and stay in it. This is ISVi, signing off.